You're listening to The Time-Saving Teacher from Scattered to Strategic with Alison Howd.
Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you found this. If you're listening to this first episode, something brought you here. Maybe you're a teacher who's been recreating the same lesson plan template every single year and you're still not happy with it. Or maybe you're copying and pasting the same parent email into 30 different messages because you never got around to making a template. And maybe you have a Google Drive that looks like a tornado hit it and you can never find anything on the first try. Or maybe you just have this feeling, that quiet, nagging feeling that there has to be an easier way to do what you do every single day. There is. And that's exactly what this show is about. I'm Alison Howd, and this is the Time-Saving Teacher from Scattered to Strategic. I've been in education for 25 years, and right now I teach technology to over 800 students across 42 classes on a 7-day rotation. I've spent a lot of years paying attention to how things work and how they could work better, and somewhere along the way, colleagues started coming to me when they were frustrated with how long something was taking. Not because I have all the answers, I really don't, but I do love figuring things out, and I'm always researching and always looking for a better way. My family will tell you I cannot turn it off. I have a saying that I mean completely seriously. It's, I work really hard to be lazy. Now that sounds funny, but here's what I mean. I'm not actually lazy at all. I just refuse to work hard at something that shouldn't be hard. I would rather spend my planning time and my summer building systems so that once school starts, my days will run smoothly and I can actually focus on what I came here to do, which is teach. And then I can go home and be present with my family. That's my whole thing. And that's what this podcast is about. So let me share a couple of things that have actually changed how I work, because I think you might see yourself in at least one of them. I've been at my school since it opened in 2014. But when I first arrived, it was a brand new school. We were all new together, building everything from scratch, figuring it all out as we went. And that first year was a lot. Everyone was just trying to keep up. At least I was. That next summer, I was determined to never feel that way again. So I did what I always do. I researched. I read a lot of blog posts that I could find. I watched videos. I dug into anything that might help me work smarter. And I came across something about embedding Google Slides directly into a web page, like into a blog. And I thought, wait, could I do that in our learning management system? Because we're required to use the same learning management system tool. And I want to be clear about something here. This was before COVID, before the whole education world got a crash course in technology, before learning management systems were something that most teachers thought about every single week. None of this was normal yet, so I tried it, and it worked. Instead of going into our LMS every single week to upload a new lesson plan, I could just update my Google Slide, and it was automatically there, done. I didn't have to upload it again. There was no logging back in, no starting over every week. Then I went to my teammates and I said, do you trust me? Will you please just try this? And they were nervous, but they did. And once they saw it, it took a while, but they did understand it. And then the idea spread, and now a colleague and I build all the lesson plan templates for our whole school together. She handles a lot of the grades, and I handle a few of the others. And nobody starts from scratch anymore. That all started because I refused to keep doing something the hard way when I was pretty sure there was a better way. Now, the second thing that changed how I work was video. And again, this was before COVID. Before video felt like a normal thing for a teacher to send home. During pre-planning, we were expected to call all of our families, and I was so busy I could not find a single window to make all those calls. So I tried something I'd read about or watched a video on from a teacher, and I recorded a short welcome video, and I sent that instead through email. And families responded better than they ever would have to a phone call, and it took me so much less time. Then on the first day of school, I started doing something that I still love. At the end of the day, I would make a quick video and post it to Seesaw or Class Dojo. And it would just be, hey parents, everyone had a great first day. Here's what homework looks like tonight. Here's what to expect tomorrow. And that's it. Parents who had been sitting at home all day wondering how their kids were doing got a real answer instead of silence. And instead of a long email nobody was going to read, They got something warm and actually useful. And then during the year, when something interesting happened in class, or when I thought, oh, this would make a great optional challenge tonight, I would just record a quick video right then and send it out. And here's something fun if you want to try it. None of it was complicated. None of it required special equipment. It just required deciding that a 2-minute video was worth more than a typed email that might not even get opened right away. Now, neither of those ideas was originally mine. I read them or saw them somewhere, but I tried them and then I shared what worked. And that's really all this is. Here's what I want you to hear. Most teachers are not missing effort. They are working incredibly hard. They're staying late. They're doing things the long way every single day because nobody ever showed them a better way, or maybe they just hadn't thought about it. They're missing the system. And once you have a system, once you see how the pieces connect, then everything can change. You can stop starting over every year. You can stop searching for the same file in 5 different places. You can stop going home with a to-do list that never actually gets shorter. You can go from scattered to strategic. That is what this podcast is for. This show is for classroom teachers who are ready to stop doing things the hard way. Not because you're doing anything wrong. You're not. You're doing exactly what you were taught to do. But most of us were just never taught how to build systems that actually hold up. We were taught the content. We were taught the pedagogy. Nobody taught us how to organize our Google Drive, at least not when I was in college. That wasn't a thing. Or how to automate a parent communication or build a tracking system that doesn't fall apart in October. That's what we're going to figure out together, one episode at a time. So here's what you can expect every single week. Each episode is going to be about 10 minutes long, and that's on purpose because I know you don't have 2 hours. I don't either. You might be listening on your commute. You might be making copies. You might be eating lunch alone in your classroom, trying to get that 5 minutes to breathe. Or you might be folding laundry on a Sunday night before another week begins. 10 minutes, one idea, one system, one tool, one strategy that you can actually do something with. Some episodes are going to be about Google tools. Google Sheets, I love those. Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Slides. These are the tools most of us already have access to and are massively underusing. There are things you can do in a free Google account that would save you hours every single week that most teachers don't even know exist. Some episodes are going to be about AI, how I use it in ways that are practical and grounded in reality, not theoretical, not overwhelming. Just here's something you can do tomorrow that will save you time this week. And some episodes are just going to be honest conversations about why doing things the hard way when there's a better way sitting right there is not something any of us should have to accept. It's exhausting and you deserve better. We deserve better. So before I wrap up this first episode, I want to tell you about something I built that a lot of you are going to want right away. It's called Teacher Systems Lab. It's a custom GPT, which means it lives inside ChatGPT and you can use it with the free version. You don't need any AI experience to use it. But here's what makes it different from just opening up ChatGPT and typing a question. This was built specifically for teachers and anyone who works in a school. It knows your world. So instead of giving you a generic answer, it talks you through your specific situation. It asks you questions. It guides you step by step, and it helps you build a real solution, whether that's a tracking system, a communication workflow, or just figuring out where to even start. It's like having a thought partner who actually understands how schools work, and it's available anytime you need it. It's $37, and the link is in the show notes. Okay, so that's episode 1. I hope it gave you a clear picture of what this show is and whether it's the right fit for you. If you're already thinking, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for, please hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. New episodes come out every Tuesday. Again, 10 minutes, one strategy every week. And if you know a teacher at your school who's always looking for a better way, please share this with them. They've probably been figuring things out quietly on their own for years. They just didn't know there was a whole show about it. And I'll be back next Tuesday with something specific, practical, and ready to use. I'm Alison Howd, and this is The Time-Saving Teacher, from Scattered to Strategic. Let's go. Every episode comes with a free resource to go with it. So you don't just hear the idea, you can actually use it. You'll find today's download linked right in the episode description. Grab it, no email required.
And if this episode helped, the best thing you can do is hit subscribe so you don't miss next Tuesday.